Hey kids! On today's episode we are going to tackle a necessary but very simple RV maintenance item, and that would be the water heater. Let's get into it. And be sure to stick around to the end for the blooper roll. There were several. Just saying that there were several. The water heater I have is a Suburban water heater, which has a stainless steel tank to help keep the steel from rusting, because we all know what happens when water, steel, and oxygen mix. You get rust. There is an anode rod in there that is made out of magnesium. It will sacrifice itself, basically corroding away to nothing, to protect the steel in the tank. I've had this camper for almost a year, and it is now time to do all the yearly maintenance that we all love so much. This is a very simple maintenance item that you can do yourself at home, and it's fairly cheap. This is the maintenance kit that I got. I did buy it off of Amazon. I will put a link in the description below. Not affiliated, not sponsored. This one came with 2 replacement anode rods and the tank flusher wandy thingy. So let's open it up and see what we get. All right, I went ahead and put together the little wand here. This thing is pretty cool. You have a quick connect here at the end. So you could hook this to your hose and then quick connect it. You have a little trigger here. I'm not really sure what that's for. And then the tip, you can take this off. The water will either spray out that way, or you can take this part out and it'll spray out the sides. I'll show you that in a little bit. This is one of the replacement anode rods. That is 3/4 of an inch right there, so you will need a 3/4 inch socket. And this particular kit came with 2, so I have one for next year too. They do sell these without the flushing kit. You can just get the anode rods. I didn't have one of these, so I went ahead and got it so I can flush the tank out. Before you get started, you want to make sure that your water heater is off, both gas and electric if you have both. Your water supply is turned off, and depressurize your lines so you don't get splashed in the face when you open up the water heater. You want to be very careful to make sure that there isn't hot water in here. So either turn off your water heater the night before you're going to do this, or turn off everything and turn your hot water on and just let it run until all the hot water comes out. You don't want to get scalded. Tip number 1, make sure everything is screwed together before you turn the water on. I'm soaked. Okay, now that I've dried myself off a little bit, we're going to go ahead and get into the maintenance on the water heater. We have the cover for the water heater off. We made sure that the power was turned off on the electric side and the gas. Water to the camper is off. So now I am going to release a little bit of the pressure here, just to make sure that nothing, I don't know if you heard that, but it made like a little psh noise. Here is where your anode is. I already pre-loosened it, so I'm just going to unscrew it here. Be careful, because water is going to come flying out of here. And you can see these little chunks coming out of here. Whew, that's it. If you open up your water heater and you see a plastic plug in here, then most likely your water heater is not steel, in which case it's probably aluminum or aluminium. For all you over in the UK, I know there are some from the UK that have watched these videos. God save the king, that's what I'm supposed to say, right? I believe Atwood is one of the brands. I don't know all of them, but just check in here. If you have a metal plug and you take it out and you have the big long rod, obviously that's your anode rod that you're going to need to replace. But if you just have a plastic cap in here, you can still go through the rest of the procedure and flush the tank out. You just don't have the rod to replace. So for reference, here is a new anode rod. It's just a solid metal bar. And here is the one that I just took out of my water heater. You can see it's almost gone down here. It's pitted pretty much all over and on the end. So after a year, I'm going to say that this is done, and we're going to go ahead and replace it today. You coming to help? How about you? You coming to help? Now that all the water is drained out, we did get some little pieces of calcium or build up something in there. We're going to get the wand and we're going to flush that out. I'm just going to go ahead and spray the back of it as much as I can. How rude of me. I just realized I did not introduce myself. My name is David. I am a part-time solo RVer, and along with my traveling companions, Rupert and May, we are learning the RV lifestyle, one campground at a time. Well, look, you can see here all this calcium and stuff that came out of it. You can also take the end of this guy off and it'll spray sideways. We're gonna try that now. Oh yeah, look at all that good stuff coming out of there. So I'm going around in a complete circle as I'm pulling the wand out to try and get as much cleaned out as I possibly can. See, I'm getting some good chunks out of there. So I'm going to basically keep doing this until I'm not getting as much out of there. Slowly rotating it as I'm pulling out the wand, so it kind of like flushes all of the stuff from the back to the front. And then hopefully out the drain. We got some good chunks out of it. Clearly these guys were wrapped around probably the heating element, the electric heating element in there. And we keep flushing. I think we're getting pretty much to the end here. I'm not seeing as much stuff come out. Right, look at all the junk we got out of there. Right, now I gotta wrap some Teflon tape around the end of this. The kit did include it, so that was nice. And then we'll stick it back in the water heater. All right, we've got our Teflon tape wrapped. Tank's all flushed. Now we are gonna go ahead and get this guy installed. I'm just gonna hand tighten it. And I do have my impact wrench set really low because I don't have a big enough wrench. And there we have it. It is installed. Good for another year. Or 6 months. I'll probably check it again in 6 months. As you can see, this is a really easy maintenance item that you can handle by yourself. Save yourself some money. Don't take it into the dealer or have a RV mobile tech do this for you. You can do this. I know you can. If you guys found this video helpful, click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our RV adventures. Go ahead and boop that like button. Leave me a comment below. Do you think this is an RV maintenance item that you think you can handle, or do you take it into the dealer or have a mobile RV tech come out and do it? And until the next video, we'll see you next time. So we are going to tackle a... May, get out of there. She's all tangled up. Be right back. Comment below. Is this something that you can... And be sure to stick around to the end for the blooper roll. There were several. Like that one. And be sure to stick around to the end for the blooper roll. There were several. Like that one.